Hello everybody. It's been a while, a long while in fact, since I last posted an update. I'm still sitting on videos from as long as 2 months ago, and I've been considering uploading them, but I've got to get around to editing them first, and quite frankly I've not been in the mood. As some of you know, I've now moved to Toronto, and in fact I've been here for nearly a month now. That said, what with the whole global pandemic thing that's currently unfolding, it's not been a good month. Those of you who saw my last two videos while I was still in London will know that I was pretty down. The fact that I was leaving without saying goodbye to my new friends there, feeling like I was on my own pretty much. And since moving here, I've got to be honest, things have not really got that much better. It's been stressful. I'm in a fairly unique position at the moment because I'm not a permanent resident in Canada, so I'm not entitled to any government support as far as I'm aware. Not that I feel I should be. It's a tough time for everybody, and I'd feel the same if I was back in Britain right now. You've got to look after your own, and the Canadian citizens need to be the first port of call for help. However, I've also been out of the UK for long enough now that the same applies there. There's a 3-month limit on any sort of benefit you can get. So I'm between a bit of a rock and a hard place at the moment, in that my choices are to either find work, which I've been trying to do, which we'll get around to, or run out of money and have to go home as soon as the flights restart. So yeah, it's been pretty awful. I mean, it's been great having a housemate, having somebody to talk to, but otherwise, yeah, I've been pretty lonely. Wasting days and days sometimes without even leaving my room. Been trying to make a lot of new music and generally just failing due to either a lack of ability or, in most cases, just having no inspiration at all. Meanwhile, my funds are continuing to shrivel up and die, and job hunting's proved to be a disaster so far. I've been applying for 3 months now. Since I was back in London, I've applied at least 100 places at this point, and until recently I've had 0 responses. It sucked. It's been lame. And a couple of days ago I set myself an ultimatum, which was that as much as I love this country and want to keep my dream alive, I've got to be realistic and plan for the worst case. So I set myself a deadline. Based on my current funds, I worked out if I wasn't in work, not potentially getting work with the interview or whatever, if I did not have a job by the end of May, that was it. I was getting a one-way ticket. I was going home as soon as the flights restarted. But in other words, my Canadian adventure was on the line, because I'd already been searching for a job for 3 months, and now I had 6 weeks to find one. But of course, you've already read the title of this video. You know what's coming? Yes, it's got Ice Cube. Today was a good day. Today was a very good day, actually, for 2 reasons. And you can guess the first, and I won't keep you hanging any longer. Today I got my first job in Canada. So last week I was offered an interview at a grocery store. I did the usual spiel, I got dressed up smart, combed this absolute mess of a Beatles cut that I've now got because none of the hairdressers are open. Hopped on the bus, did the interview. I thought it went pretty well. In hindsight, I could probably have done a little better with my body language. You know, I think I was maybe a bit too casual, which can sometimes be one of my downfalls. But yeah, I was self-analysing. They said, we'll get back to you in 24 hours if you've been successful. If you don't hear from us, assume that we found somebody else for the job. It's like, yeah, that's fine. 24 hours came and went, gone, no response. So I was like, back to square one. I was quite zen about the whole thing because I already kind of had that exit plan in my head at the time. So I was accepting of it. I was like, okay, well, if something comes up, obviously I'll take it with open hands, but 6 weeks to go, may as well just accept it and get ready to go home. No. About 2 or 3 days later, I got a call out of the blue from the guy that ran one of the departments at this grocery store, saying to come in for a second interview because he was hiring immediately. And obviously I wasn't going to say no. I'll take whatever I'm offered at this point. I get up nice and early again, take the bus, met the guy. I barely even got him through the door before he told me, "You're hired," and I'd start tomorrow. I was like, whoa, okay, great. Here I am, part of the Canadian workforce, and While I couldn't tell you my work pattern or my income at this point, I can assure you that any income at this point makes me so much more secure in this country. And so on the off chance that my new boss sees this video, thank you so much. You don't realise it, but you've probably just saved my adventure in Canada beyond the end of next month. And you've hired a damn hard worker for what it's worth, and I won't let you down. So yeah, thank you so much. But there's more. Yo! Sophie and Joss went and bought me a freaking drawing tablet. Now, a little reminder for the uninitiated, Sophie's Heskets. She's the amazing artist who draws a lot of my album art for Strawberry Station. And Joss, otherwise known as the Fickle Wolf, is her partner. And they're really good online friends of mine. And I was going to be making plans to go and meet them in Ottawa at some point until, you know, the whole beer disease thing happened. I digress. We were chatting online a couple of weeks ago about drawing and just what it's like to draw and stuff. I mentioned I'd like to get better, but I was really restricted by what I had because, you know, up until then I was just using a computer mouse, and I've actually drawn something this week that I'll be putting out soon. More details to come soon. And drawn that entirely with a computer mouse, and it was tedious. It was so tedious. I was like, I need a drawing pad, I need like a digital pencil kind of thing. But I don't have the money. I'm running out of money. I can't justify purchasing something like that right now. So I asked for some recommendations and stuff. It was like, yeah, okay, when I finally find a job, if I finally find a job, I'm going to go in for a drawing tablet of some description, just a little something to keep myself busy, do something other than music, because at the time we're having this conversation, I was midway through this really kind of depressive lull that I know a lot of people have been going through with coronavirus, where you're just doing the same thing every day and you're not really getting anywhere with anything. In my case, I was trying to make music and nothing was sticking, and it's still that way now. It's improved a little bit, but not so much, and was saying that maybe doing a bit of drawing, because I enjoy drawing. I'm really at the very novice end of the scale when it comes to my abilities with that, but it's something that I enjoy doing and I find it quite meditative. We had that conversation and I thought nothing of it, even when Soph mentioned to keep my eyes on the mail. At a push, I figured maybe she was going to say that she'd drawn something for me, maybe got a print to put on my wall, just little things friends do for one another. Like I'll always send her copies of my tapes when a new album comes out and it's got her art on it or stuff, because, you know, she's a friend and she's very much part of the brand, if you can call it that, of Strawberry Station. Nope, not at all. The Amazon fairy snuck by and yeah, I found this big package just waiting in the porch. It's like, okay, what's this? This is not what I was expecting. Yeah, sure enough, a few hours after landing my job and having that section of my life sorted for the next few months, I was staring at this shiny boy, this Vape A15 tablet. It's apparently one of the better ones on the market for kind of the entry-level thing. It comes recommended, and I'm not going to pretend that I know a great deal about these things. I'm new to it all, the whole kind of digital art scene. But yeah, I couldn't have asked for a nicer present, and I'm just taken aback that two people that I've still never even met in person would be so kind as to give me something like this. So I know I've been rambling a lot, but I'm genuinely kind of speechless. So what I can say is, Soph and Joss, thank you so much. It's amazing. I'll try and get better, draw you guys something as my way of thanks. But yeah, it's to sum up, today was a good day. Times are tough, but two really good things have happened today for me, and they've set me up for the coming weeks and months. And you know, I'm lucky to be in Canada in the first place. I'm lucky to be sat here now, especially with the situation and the impact it's having on the job market. There's so many people out of work all of a sudden, like flying around for work. And to be hired in my position is something special. And then to know that I have friends that will do something like that for me is humbling, really humbling. So thank you, my friends, family, fans, you're all wonderful. I love you very much, and yeah, things do get better. They really do. So yeah, I'll sort some stuff out for you guys in the coming weeks. Hang in there, folks. Wash your hands. Stay funky.